Happy Wine Wednesday to everybody out there watching. Thanks for tuning in for Jam Happy Hour today. And couldn't be more excited. Really stoked to introduce to you all Emma Hill, who is tuned in today from Alaska. How you doing, Emma?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
How's the weather over there? Very cliche.
It's actually a pretty beautiful day, which is nice because
Really?
it's been kind of nasty the last couple of days. So it's a nice sunny day, and the sun might not even set until after 4 o'clock. So, which is a big deal around here. So.
Is it? What time is it in Alaska?
Oh, we're only we're an hour ahead. It's just now about 3.
Okay.
Here, so.
Okay, cool. Well, wherever you're tuned in from today, to all of you watching, feel free to comment below. We love to see, it's kind of fun just to look back and see who's watching from where. And for everyone watching, we also have links. One will magically post right now where you can find Emma's music. And you're going to hear some of it live today. But Spotify, YouTube, what's your favorite platform for people to utilize?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I get that everybody has their own thing. As a consumer, I'm a big Spotify listener myself. So that's awesome. If you guys want to find us on there, make sure to save it and all that good stuff. As far as, if you decide you like the music and you want to purchase it, things like Bandcamp and directly to our website are great ways to do that, to make sure that we, of course, Apple as well, iTunes. Those are the ones that treat us the best, if that makes sense.
And then, there's the Bandcamp link for everybody watching. And real quick, so remember I was telling you you're going to get energized by the end of today's show. So, Emma, if Mississippi gave Missouri her New Jersey to wear at the fair, what will Delaware?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. You've got me stumped. Lay it on me. What do we got?
I don't know, but Alaska.
Okay, I know the rule. We've got to sip to that. Cheers, friend.
Everybody. And you can find our Jam Cellars products online at the link posted below, jamcellars.com/buy. I'm sipping on our Toast Sparkling today. And you can find all of our other easy to love products on our website. And in the meantime, let's hear some music. You ready?
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to start off the set today with a silly little sweet love song. And I wrote it right when Hunker Down started. And I was like, man, just scared out of my mind, have no idea what to expect. And I just reminded myself that no matter what came, I was in a good situation. I have a good partner and 2 cute little dogs that we adopted right at the beginning of quarantine.
What kind of dogs?
Little Pomeranian mixes. They may make an
gosh.
appearance later. Hopefully they don't decide to do a vocal improv on us here. Right now they are sleeping soundly. But we'll come to that. But they are the best. And this is a song about my love for them and my sweetie Spencer. Sometimes I wake up too early in the morning just to think about my life. I do the math and think, how cool is that? I've lived about 12,000 nights. I dig deeper and calculate the days we've shared each other's lives. It's crazy to think you've only known me for 6% of mine. We have fur babies for children. We have good food in our kitchen. We have flowers growing in the garden. I have you have me, we are we. You told me you loved me on day 3 and said, I know that's not quite right, but I can't wait to tell you how I feel. I've been waiting my whole life. Since then we've been 2 peas in a pod, and it suits us both just fine. It was a crooked path to find you, but I'm glad I walked that line. There we go. Silly little song to start us off.
So that was We Are We by Emma Hill. To everybody who just tuned in, thanks for joining us on Jam Happy Hour. And hopefully we'll get to see the inspiration behind that song later. What are the names of your two Pomeranian mixed dogs?
Well, Chevy is a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix.
Oh.
And then we've got Sarah, and she is a Pomeranian Papillon mix. And they're both little senior citizen dogs. We adopted them from a shelter, and we don't know exactly how old they are, but they have no teeth, so their little tongues hang out the sides of their mouth. They're kind of perfection. I'm not gonna lie. I have the world's cutest dogs, and I know that everyone believes that, but I really do.
Are they siblings, or did you buy them or adopt them at the same time, or?
We adopted them at the same time because the shelter said they were soul bonded. They're not siblings because they're just slightly different, but we do know that they had been in the system together for some years, which I don't know how anyone resisted them that long, but probably just because some people they want puppies, and they were little old dogs, and we were like, bring us the old dogs. And yeah, it's awesome. They love to snug and snack and go on little walks, and they have sweaters. So yeah, stuff's pretty great.
Oh my gosh. I know. So I have my Smooth Fox Terrier, and I kind of want to I want to learn how to either crochet or knit and make something that I know she's going to hate so much, but that I'll love.
I like that. Also, I can see the kind of mom you are. Love it. Love it. You're like,
well,
you will love me.
My dad, he's got the grandma, like her actual grandma, and her name's Paris. And then when they got Rose, they named her Rose. And I was like, are you kidding me? You could have named her Rome, Paris and Rome, and you decide on Rose. But
so you had to get your own dog so that you could deal. You're like, I'm going to make better decisions.
Yeah.
I'm knitting a sweater.
Well, speaking of Paris and Rome, you did a European tour last February or beginning of last year, right? How did that?
Yeah, it was my third European tour actually, but my first in a while. And my bandmate Brian and I both went together. And my bandmate Brian is not here today because we live in two separate states, and normally that is not a very big deal. We take chunks of time and travel around together, but this has been probably the longest that he and I have not been able to see and play music together, see each other and play music together, and maybe ever since 2007. But he is safe and sound and still making tons of music. And he and I are even, we collaborate from a distance anyway, so that part's nothing new. We've been working on some great new demos. But we had a blast in Europe. We were really lucky. It was kind of right at the tail end was we were getting ready to leave. Things were kind of starting to become apparent that something was really going on. So we were thankful we got home when we did. But we were primarily in Germany this tour, and so we zigzagged all around, but we also played some shows in Switzerland and Austria, and in the past we've gone through Spain and France and Italy and the Netherlands, and so yeah, we love touring in Europe.
Lots of carbs, lots of good times.
Oh yeah, good times.
And your seventh album, Magnesium Dreams, right? Mm-hmm. Where can the folks at home watching right now find that? On all the major platforms?
It's on all the major platforms. What I would say, though, is we had such an amazing time making the music video for the title track off of that album. So that's a great little tidbit. If you guys go to our YouTube, youtube.com/EmmaHillMusic, and look up the video for Magnesium Dreams, we had the best crew working on that. It was filmed in Alaska, so it's gorgeous, but it's also, I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say it's about me running from a bear in my dreams, and I'm gonna leave the rest to you guys. That's enough, but do yourself a favor. It's a short song, awesome video, and there is a bear. That's called Bear Suit. I don't want to freak anyone out. There's no real bears were involved, but it's pretty epic.
If you have a bear phobia, just fear not. It won't actually be a real bear, people.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, aside from that video is awesome, but just that overall release, the two of you really just stretch that creative boundary, not like you hadn't in the past, but like this was kind of a new version of what you had already done before, and you just really expanded on that. And I think that duo that the two of you have going is just amazing. So everybody out there, you got to check it out.
Oh, thank you. I'm so lucky. And Brian is he's like a musical sibling of mine at this point. And it is great because as he grows, he's a recording engineer as well and a producer as well. And so as his growth has happened, you can see it in the way that our collaboration has worked. But it was fun for that one because we both kind of were like, let's get a little weird on this. And that's weird in the sense, I guess it's still it's a folk Americana album, but for us it was really, like you said, it was pushing some boundaries sonically, and it was I'm not sure that it's like the direction we'll all go always moving forward, but it was a really nice freedom to let ourselves see what happened, and I'm so proud of that album. And it really, it's a concept album in the sense that it's kind of, the whole thing is supposed to be a bit of a dreamscape, as Magnesium Dreams. So yeah, it's fun to to have it captured that way.
That fusion of musical genres that kind of became your own style for that release it was awesome. So
thanks.
And then shout out to Brian. Is he in Portland right now?
He's in Portland. He's pretty much hunkered down. He's being super safe, and it's awesome though. He's such an audio nerd. He's got like a full studio base, because he usually works out of several studios, but he's got like a mixing studio set up at home that he somehow basically just kind of quickly threw together when quarantine happened. And he's an amazing pedal steel player, as on all my albums he plays pedal steel as well as many other instruments. But I think he's been playing a lot of steel, for recordings because he can do that from a distance. So. Still keeping the good old pedal steel vibe alive, even in the time of COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Brian in Portland, Oregon. Why wasn't drinking permitted on the Oregon Trail?
Oh my goodness. As like a lover of the game Oregon Trail, I want to know this, and I don't, because I know that actually has nothing to do with the game, but you're going to tell me.
Well, get ready to take a sip, Emma. It was important not to fall off the wagon.
Oh, see, I should know this one. I should really have known that one.
Cheers.
Wow. See,
Cheers
if Brian was here, the shout out to Brian is that if Brian was here, he would be getting all these because he is like the king of dad jokes.
Well, in the future, we'll definitely have to get the two of you together once in-person performances are back to their basics, and we have our wine and music studio in downtown Napa. That's where I'm at right now, and we've had to put a pause on the live performances as every other venue and artist for the time being. But in the future, we're gonna get the two of you over here.
Oh
and
man, we'll just love that.
We can exchange dad jokes. I call mine the auntie boozy jokes, like the aunt that gets drunk at Christmas. That's my version.
Yeah. No, I'm channeling that. I'm seeing that. Good job. You know yourself well.
All right, Emma. How do you feel about two songs back to back?
Yeah, I'm gonna do two songs back to back, and they're actually pretty appropriate to talk about. So, this song is a song called Denali, and it's kind of, if you want to say that I guess we'll just say it's our biggest song. It's our most well-known song, and it's got some years on it now, and so I've traveled the world playing this song, and it's basically talking about how much I love to travel and I love seeing the world, but I'm really, really partial to my home state. I love Alaska. And I really appreciated my time living in Portland, Oregon, and could never be more thankful for the people I met there. Most importantly, Brian Dast. But coming home to Alaska really it really helped me, and I don't know, just kind of growing up and allowing myself to realize my love for calling it home. And this song Denali is talking about our national park and our mountain, Denali, of course. And it's just kind of using that as this beacon of just the overwhelming beauty that I feel like this entire state provides. So that's what this song is about. And then I'll intro the next song, or maybe we'll talk a little bit about it after, but basically I'll just do two back to back. The next song is also inspired by a national park because I'm currently working on a national park songs project. But that one, the second one, is a song inspired by Big Bend National Park in Texas. So here's Denali first. I was meant to roll sea. I was meant to climb high on mountain peaks. I was meant to search the word I know is true, finding all that's right, finding all that's good. I've seen many things. The lights they shine in Paris like a dream. The bus in Costa Rica buzzes noisily, and it still takes my breath away to see Denali. I was meant to love with fire in my heart. I was meant to find a light out in the dark. I was meant to hold the world would somehow see back to better days, back to finding peace. Oh, I've seen many things. The northern lights in Fairbanks and emerald green. The bell tower in Brussels rings gloriously, and it still takes my breath away to see Denali. Yeah, it still takes my breath away to see. Better day, later day, later, later day, later day, later, later day, later Okay, I'm going to do Thin Black Line, and I'll talk a little bit about after it. But again, this is taking you to a beautiful sunset in Big Bend National Park in Texas. Chorus of cicadas as the day gives way to night. Stars arrive above us, the moon is on the rise. Clouds move so slowly, they seem frozen in their flight. Green glow gives way to shadow as it settles into night. Mountains all decline in shadowed glory, shadowed sighs. Now they're just a thin black line between me and the sky. If you could hear them howling, If you could hear this nature's hum, I hope someday you will. If you could hear them howling, if you could be so still, if you could hear this nature's hum, I hope someday you will. I hope someday you will. Hope someday you
Woo! Thank you. That
Thanks.
was Thin Black Line.
Yeah, so that song is very new. I have a collection of songs that I'm working on right now. So right before Brian and I went on that amazing tour in Europe, I had actually taken the longest break that I've taken in my adult life, which is when I started my music career. And my partner and I, of course, not knowing I'd be taking this unwanted break only the next winter, or the next year, I should say. But my partner Spencer and I had been saving up to go on this really big national park road trip. And we drove down from Alaska, and we had made this cool little like camper bed situation in the back of our Toyota Tacoma. And this is pre-dogs, of course. And our goal was we gave ourselves about 6 months, 6 to 8 months, and we wanted to see as many national parks and monuments and wild spaces in the U.S. that we could. And we also took in some really great ones in Canada on the way down. And a project that I created for myself is that I wanted to take little snippets of each space we went and either write poetry or see if I get any songs out of it, or to record some soundscapes, a number of things. I just wanted to really find and capture inspiration from these wild spaces, as it's something that I've done, obviously, as my song Denali. These spaces have been inspiration for me in the past. And so once we got back, I ended up applying for a fellowship through a really great foundation here in Alaska called the Rasmussen Foundation, and to see if they would fund me to give me the amount of time that I need to digest the experience and then turn it into what is now a multi-disciplinary collection of work. And I'm in the middle of working on it. It's going to be an album that's partnered with a book of poetry and photos from the trip.
What?
Yeah, and so that
cool.
song is one of those songs, and it started as a poem and then turned into a song, and there's some amazing photos we took. We had so much fun in Big Bend National Park. It was definitely one of our highlights. I actually wrote an essay. Certain parks that really won my heart get not just poems, but essays in the book. So I kind of talked about some of our favorite hikes and things that we did while we were there, and just all the magic of it. So yeah, that's a little hint at that project, which I'm going to sing other new songs that are not related to that project. But yeah, staying busy even in the time of a pandemic.
Yeah. Dude, you should in the future totally perform at Red Rocks.
Well, one can hope, right? Here's crossing our
just
fingers. You
manifest
said
it,
it. You said it first.
Yeah, I think it'll
I'm going to
happen.
send the booking. I'm just going to take a little snippet of you saying that. Say, well, now it's decided, right?
Yeah.
And Sam says so. Let's set a date.
You got it, Emma.
Okay,
and
great.
well, I feel like you and Brian, the two of you, would just mesh so well with Bottle Rock, the Napa Music Festival, and we're actually the presenting sponsor for Bottle Rock.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's been on our list for a while. So that one maybe we can
I think
send
I
a
can
snippet.
help you. I
You
can
think you got
help you
some strings
eventually
you can pull
check
there?
it off your to-do list. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely on the list. We just love coming through California in general. We have for years, and it's the West Coast gets us usually a bit more often than the East Coast does. We try not to play favorites, but just out of convenience, because usually I'll fly into Portland and then he and I do a big loop around the Western states and down the West Coast. And yeah, we've just always loved our time all all parts of California are wonderful people, wonderful hosts, lots of great. We play a lot of house concerts in California. We play a lot of house
I miss
concerts in
those.
general, but some great house concert hosts in that region, and you know, so yes, you guys have been on our list for a while now, and I'm so glad that it's strange. It's like one of those things that sometimes that's the silver lining of, like, things going digital. Like, I have a feeling right now, I'm sitting in my living room, but I know that there are folks tuned in from some far out
Yeah.
stretches around the world, and I appreciate and kind of love that part of it. That there's a
Yeah.
different kind of connection, and doing live streams was not really something I was doing prior to this. I was busy playing shows in the real world, and I do love and miss that very much. So can't wait to be able to do that again. But excited that
Yeah.
it's providing opportunities like this. So thank
No,
you.
for sure. When we had the live in-person performances here at the Wine and Music Studio, we were kind of limited to the local artists, but now we're able, like, there's the silver lining, like you said. This is a very crazy situation that we've all been thrown into, but at the same time, we're able to connect in a way that we hadn't even really thought about the possibility of. Artists in Alaska, such as yourself, or on the East Coast. It's definitely a lot more accessible in that respect. But I can't wait for in-person concerts. I must
Yeah,
say.
but I mean, take the silver linings where we can,
Yeah.
and this is one of them for sure.
Absolutely. You ready?
Yeah, should I play another song? Or wait, or am I ready for another joke? Where are we at? Are you ready for another song?
I can give you a joke. Let's see. Why did the fisherman want to go fishing in Alaska?
I mean, I am a fisherwoman, so my practical thing is, like, it never gets, if you're well, at least if you're not ice fishing, if you're summer fishing, it never gets dark. So you just can fish 24 hours straight, but I'm guessing that's not the answer. What's the actual
I
answer?
like that answer. Just for the halibut.
Oh, I'm going to sip to that.
Jeez.
You guys, I mean, you say that. I went halibut fishing this summer, and my freezer is full of delicious halibut that we've been eating over the winter.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm like a big fan of fish sticks, for sure.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't know, is halibut, can you make fish sticks with halibut? Or is that a different kind?
I mean, if by fish sticks you mean really delicious deep fried halibut chunks, yes.
Okay, then yeah.
Maybe a little bit more gourmet. I don't know. I don't know if my sweetie, he makes amazing fish and chips with halibut and rockfish and cod or whatever, whatever we have, but I don't think he would allow me to call those fish sticks. He would call them probably little, golds of, like, gold nugget, pure, perfect halibut chunks.
Okay, that's fair. It's also
takes
National Cheese Lovers Day, too, so.
Oh,
Shout out to
well,
everybody out
I
there that
didn't
loves
realize
cheese.
that, and that's very appropriate that you booked me for this day, because we talk about the joke is, like, I mean, I'm obsessed with cheese and all
Okay,
kinds.
Same.
But the joke is that when I'm going on European tours, like, people think I'm going on a musical tour. I'm really going on a cheese tour
Cheese
that
tour.
I pay for by playing music. That's basically what's happening.
Oh, yes.
Cheese is life. And so happy Cheese Day to you and to all fellow cheese lovers out there.
Sorry if you're lactose intolerant out there.
Yeah, no,
Sucks.
super sorry. Yeah, that's
Jeez.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Okay, I'm gonna do a song now.
Woo.
This is another newer one, and it's kind of a melancholy song, but it's actually just it's supposed to be a time capsule in the form of a song. And I was doing a lot of thinking, as we all were in quarantine, and so a lot of that thinking turned into writing. But I was thinking about that, how magical it is. Sometimes you can just, like, hear a certain song or even smell something and just instantly be taken back to a memory. And it's so neat how our brain stores information that way. And I like that songs in particular do that. And so this song is kind of, well, for me, it's a song that the whole song itself takes me back to this very particular time in my early life and people that are no longer here with us, but it's called An Angel with No Wings. Old knickknacks, a shoebox of bad news. Torn up letter and a picture of you. And the years they've flown on by, but sometimes still late at night I can see you at the edge of the light. Silver dollar, an angel with no wings. Chip glass and brass, wind it up to make it sing. And I never lost the tune, always reminded me of you and the smell of your old perfume. I was so young then, I didn't have a clue that I could wake up in a world without you. We're all fine until we're not, and that's the only truth we've got to cling to in this life, and then we're gone. And the years they've flown on by, but sometimes too late at night I can see you at the edge of the light. I can see you at the edge of the light. Oh, knickknacks, a shoebox of bad news. Torn up letter and a picture of you.
Woo! Thank you. Have you ever done a time capsule? Like an actual one?
I haven't. No, I mean, no, not in the traditional sense. I feel like my entire life, my actual work is creating time capsules,
Yeah,
which is
true.
when you write with your heart on your sleeve, basically each song is a tiny time capsule of what would normally for most people be a journal entry.
Right.
I don't know. Mine always came out in song form.
Well, I like it. I don't know. I don't even know what I would put in a time capsule at this point. Like, okay, if you could pick 3 things, go. For you to
Oh
look
my
back
gosh.
on or for like future generations to look back on in 30 years. You dig it up, they dig it up.
Ooh, I'm gonna do a little self promotion. We have really amazing limited edition vinyl records of that release you were talking about, Magnesium Dreams. They are orange, and they have a really rad art on them by Laura Lauterbach. And
What shade
it's
of orange?
Which shade? Oh, honey.
Like a bright neon
It's like
or
a
like
fun,
a pumpkin?
bright, but also kind of iridescent. Like it's really, really fun. And then
Fun's
it's got
even
the
better.
artwork in the middle. And then the art album itself like folds out and it's got all the lyrics and crazy little cool drawings by my good friend Laura Lauterbach, who does all my art, and put together by my awesome graphic designer. AJ, they always collaborate. It's like a really cool melding of like the pen artist and then the graphic designer to like make it meld perfectly with the songs. I'm super
Where can
lucky that
people
way.
get those?
I've just surrounded myself my entire life with just rad people, and it just really helps. I'm telling you right now, Sam, you probably know this. Surround yourself with badass people, and cool things happen as a group. And I love
Life's
that
too
like,
short
life works out that way.
for bad mojo. You gotta have
Well, mostly
the
it's just like it's so like I love making like okay, so I got distracted on the three things, but I guess yeah, that's what I would
same.
say is I would say that album not just because I'm really proud of it as an album, but I also love vinyl records and I want people to know what that even though it's like not from my generation, it's continuing and there's this fun little like revisit of it. But also because it's covered in artwork by people that I love, and like I'm joined on it by Brian Dast, who is someone I love, and I love that it was he co-produced that and just really, and my brother helped co-produce it as well, which was a fun thing. He and I had he did the first album with me and then the last full-length album, and it was so fun to like bring him back around and have him in the studio and like. He's a wonderful musician himself, but he is a very, very busy biochemist working on cancer research. So
Wow.
music has taken a bit of a back burner for him. So it was so
What
cool
is
to get him in
your
and
brother's
have
name?
his name is Zach. Zach
Okay,
Hill.
shout
Yeah.
out to Zach. That's important work. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but
No, but yeah, no, to my brother Zach for
Cheers.
both being my greatest supporter, musical genius, but mostly a genius, an actual genius who's working on curing cancer.
cheers. Cheers, Zach.
Um,
And we can find
okay,
that
other two
vinyl
things.
on
Other
Emma
two
Hill
things.
Music.com.
EmmaHillMusic.com.
Woo.
I don't know. I only got one in. Now I want to know what's yours. Give me at least your first one. It's hard on the spot. What's your
I
first one?
know. Oh gosh. It would probably be I think I still have my very first iPhone, like the iPhone
Oh.
4, back when it was like the glass back and it was the white one, or it might have been the 5. I don't know, but I dropped it and it cracked, and it was back when the trend was to color in with like neon Sharpies so that it was like rainbow cracks on the back.
What? Okay.
doesn't work
Alaska
at
didn't
all,
get that
but-
trend. I don't, or I'm just, I don't know. I didn't, that sounds
This is
fun.
a while ago, but I would probably put, because it just looks like a dinosaur now, even though it wasn't that long ago. But I think that would be kind of cool to look back on. I'm gonna reflect on what I want the other two to be. You can do the
Okay.
same.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do a song and then I will also think on that.
Okay,
But not
we'll
get too
do,
distracted
like-
that I mess up the song, hopefully.
We'll do one more after this song, and then the third piece of the capsule we'll do at the end of this bit.
Great. I like this. Yeah, we're stretching it out. This is good. So this kind of ties into what we're talking about though, like how much I love when you surround yourself with good people, it's great for yourself as well because, friendships and connections that are surrounded by good vibes, like you say, it's all about lifting each other up and all together. Like, we all want to help each other be our best selves. And this is a song really about that. This is a song for anyone who's ever like had their self-confidence crushed, which I think all of us at some point in life have experienced that feeling. And I know that sometimes you can get kind of caught up in the loop of that. And I had a friend who was struggling with that, just those feelings. And it was so difficult for me because I just love her so much, but also it reminded me of all these other amazing women in my life who have at different times felt that way and not seen their own, oh my goodness, goddess status that I see them as. And so I was really channeling that when I wrote this song, that idea of like hoping that one day the people that you love can see you and see themselves the same way that you see them. So it's a song called See You Like I Do. Girl, you better get your head back on your shoulders. What they gonna say now that you're older? It's so hard not to be so sad. Sometimes you gotta be your own better half. Wish I could shake you right out of your skin. Remind you what matters is what's within. You can paint outside the lines, just as long as it lights your fire. And I believe that you will come to see the truth. See you like I do. it gets worse before it gets better. It's not hard to ride the highs if you accept that they come in tides. You know I love you now and I'll love you forever. Lucky that our souls resurface together. It's a joy to know you're mine. Hope you don't waste this precious time. 'Cause I believe that you will come to see the truth. See you like I do. See you like I do. I believe that you will come to see the truth. See you like I do. See you like I do. See you like I do. See you like I do.
Woo! That was Emma Hill, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Jam Happy Hour. How we doing over there, Emma? That was amazing.
I'm doing good. It feels good to play music. Like I said, I had taken a bit of a break over the holiday and I've been doing some writing, but it's different to I haven't done a live stream in a bit. So, and I had done I did some fun pre-recorded holiday songs because I'm a sucker for Christmas music. I'm real into it. So I did a few of those. So I was sharing still. I was still tapping into that, but it's a little different. It's nice, and it's nice having you here, Sam. I like having a little dialogue.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice having another face to have this sort of dialogue, not a monologue. Because, I even forget when we're doing these live streams with another person that there's however many people are watching right now. So shout out to everybody who's watching.
Yeah, hello everyone out there. Thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon and happy to be here to serenade and happy to be part of your day.
Woo! So do you feel like your creative process has adapted or evolved at all from pretty much this time last year, pre-pandemic, to now, now that we're about a year into this, which is crazy to say?
It's nuts to think. A year ago, we were getting ready to put out an EP in preparation of our European tour, and we were also headed over to, before we left, we did a little East Coast run, and we went to Folklife and got to do some really amazing performing and witnessing just amazing performances there. And so I was really inspired, but really I was also really busy. I was releasing a 3-song EP and then preparing to travel for 5.5 weeks, straight between the East Coast run and then the European stretch. And so it's just kind of nuts to think that was just a year ago, and I just was in the full swing of release mode and writing new songs and releasing these songs that we'd recorded and we were so proud of, and just the whole thing, the PR run, and it just was such a madhouse, and it's just crazy to think. I'm oh, here I am playing my first show in a while, and it's, the juxtaposition is, it's it could not be more drastic. I was so busy and so just all wrapped up in music. So creatively, I'm not gonna lie, I've been not in a slump, I would say. It's just very difficult. It's been difficult to feel inspired to write new music because I find a lot of my inspiration from life. I draw from my own life experience and the people around me and and all the traveling I do and the conversations that I have when I'm on tour with lovely folks. Because I mentioned we play a lot of house concerts, so I get some really great intimate time with friends and fans out on the road, and just I think it's so crucial to see and hear those different perspectives, and that is like a big fuel for my writing. So I'm having to, because I don't want to just like write an entire album's worth of songs about like COVID and being stuck in my house. You know, I've written some, you know, but you know, I don't want that to be the all-consuming theme of my next record. So, but giving myself some grace. And the nice thing is I do have that Parks project, so that it's like when I do feel inspired, I have that whole like 6 months worth of amazing trip that I took that I can draw back on that inspiration for those songs. And so I've got all kinds of little recordings I took and stuff from our travel. So getting to kind of get back in that headspace, although it's a little dangerous because it fills me with like the most intense travel, like wanderlust. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just want to be like in Utah climbing on red, you know, hoodoos in Bryce Canyon, or where, you know, all the crazy things we were doing.
You know, it would be cool.
A little over a year ago. So
is if you did, because since we're at the very beginning of the year, we're in the first month, what if you did like I don't know how you would do this, but a calendar. So for each month of the year, you had a song. And by the end of the year, and they're all surrounding that park theme.
Oh, I like
and
that. Okay.
12 different places, 12 different songs. And by the end of the year, you've got it all wrapped up. And you've got 12 songs, and it can be a calendar plus a vinyl, or
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I mean, I already have to. I have a whole book I have to create around this project, but I do like the calendar aspect. Also, I really just like that you're like, hey, you can at least write a month or a song a month, so get on it, girl. No, you're right. This is what I need. These are the little chats, and this is the nudging that I need to.
Well, I just like calendars with stuff like that.
Okay, well then, Sam, even if I don't make an actual calendar for anyone else, I will go through, find 12 of my favorite
Thank you.
Photos from the trip, and I will make you a park calendar. And I would have to move my entire setup, but I actually made one from the trip, but it was for Spencer, and it was labeled all the silly faces we made in beautiful places, because there were so many selfies. Yeah, it's a calendar I made for him for Christmas, because like there's like most of our photo, you know, he and I both love taking photos, and so we have like all these epic photos, but there's also like when he cannot do like a serious face selfie to like save my life.
Gosh.
So I just got into it with him. So we have like every single park, like the most ridiculous, like silly face with like this gorgeous background. So I just did a calendar of our silly faces in awesome places. Cool. He was pretty stoked about it on Christmas morning.
It's my Aquarius rising and your Aquarius sun. They're syncing up right now.
Okay, see?
Okay, real quick before we go into another song, part 2 of your capsule.
I was thinking about it, and I mean, is cheese allowed to be on that? Do I have to choose a specific, or like I want there to be like a magic thing that's like a key. I want it to be a key with like directions to like the cheese cave, that that itself is its own time capsule, and you get a map to like where someone has figured out how to preserve every kind of cheese, so that no matter what, people can go back and be like, we found the cave of cheese.
Oh my god.
And then cheese will be saved for all. And I'm not even just saying this because it's National Cheese Day, y'all. I didn't know that. I probably would have still answered that regardless of that fun little tidbit. That's how much I love cheese. Have you been to
Wisconsin and had cheese curds?
Yes. And it's crazy though, because there's like, okay, I don't know if you love calendars. I don't know where this puts you on the scale of loving state fairs, but have you been to a decent state fair in your life?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I might be biased, but also the Alaska State Fair is actually like categorized as one of like the best state fairs like in the country.
Out of all the states.
It's amazing, and they have some real good, there's so much good food there, and one of my favorites. It's like, especially I play shows there, so I'll go and like in between sets, I'll run down and get a little basket of cheese curds.
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
Okay, so like for a while I was like, oh, it'd be fun to live in Alaska for just a little bit. And then I heard like the sun doesn't shine for all that long. And then it dawned on me.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You just snuck that one in on me. All right. I'll cheers to that. But also, you're forgetting, my friend. And this is usually why I travel to Hawaii for a chunk of time in the middle of the winter to, yes, escape said darkness. But I mean, starting in like March, the sun doesn't really go down, at least in our area, until like starts at like March. It's like boom, all of a sudden you're like, wow, it's still like 9 p.m. and it's light outside. And then by the time, summer solstice hits, it just doesn't get dark. So think about the things you could do if you had 24 hours
Oh
of
my
sunlight
gosh. I'm such
in
a
your
night
life.
person too, so that would be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, you just step outside and you're like, what is it? Is it dawn? Like, you're like,
I
is it
love
6
it.
p.m. or is it 6 a.m.? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it makes us all a little bit manic in the summer. We just are like, now is the time to do everything you've thought to do. So,
Well, Emma, when will you sing again? When will we
oh,
sing again?
oh, when will we sing again? Sam, that is so wonderful that you just said that. I have a whole song prepared
What?
for
That's
you.
crazy. What?
And this is my newest song. I'm definitely going to use a cheat sheet on this one. I wrote this basically kind of talking about said darkness. We're back on the dark side of things. Was having a real like bit of the sads, bit of the gloomies, and mostly it was just like really missing playing music. And there's so many like in this long time of not being able to both play music live but experience live music, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite thing ever, like just one of my favorite things. And so being deprived of both has been really intense. And I was thinking about the connections that are kind of like made between strangers when live music, even like whether, wherever you are, whether you're on the stage or looking at someone on the stage, whatever your perspective is, there's like this magic that music ties strangers together, maybe in ways that wouldn't normally be possible. So that's kind of what this song is talking about. When will we sing again? I hope very, very soon. Winter fell before I knew it. The snow is here again. I'm trying harder than ever to consider it my friend. Sunsets before dinner, even if dinner's set at 5. Where we used to gather, sit signs of solitary light. Oh, how I long to see you share your space inside a crowd. An unfamiliar face shaping the words we sing out loud. Oh, oh. When will we sing again? News reads like a bad dream, but I just can't wake up. Thankful for this warm house and coffee in my cup. There's hope on the horizon everywhere it's cast. Can this year please be better? 'Cause we can't give that one back. Oh, how I long to see you share your space inside a crowd. An unfamiliar face shaping the words we sing out loud. Oh, when will we sing again? When will we sing again? Never thought I'd miss the din of a dark and dingy bar. Locking eyes with strangers as I'm singing out my heart. Oh, how I long to see you share your space inside a crowd. An unfamiliar face shaping the words we sing out loud. Oh, oh, oh. When will we sing again? When will we sing? Oh, how I long to see you share your space inside a crowd. An unfamiliar face shaping the words we sing out loud.
Thanks, Emma.
You got it.
Thank you to everybody that has tuned in or is just now joining us for the Jam Happy Hour. We're about to close out of here with our last encore song with Emma. But before we do that, just wanted to make sure that you're all aware of where you can find her music. So I think it's emmahillmusic.com, right?
It is, yeah.
All right. So if you venture over to, oh, there it is, the link below, you can find music, merch, and all the fun stuff in between. And in addition to that, Emma's favorite platform is Spotify, but also you've got Bandcamp, I think Apple Music, YouTube for the videos for sure. You definitely want to go check out the Magnesium Dreams. It's the intro song for that release, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so check out that video. It was filmed in just Alaska, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and we got real, it was a little tricky. We really pulled some stuff off, and I forgot to mention earlier, I mean, if you need any other motivation besides that there's a bear suit, there's, like, we got a choreographed dance team, Momentum Dance Company, like, created a dance for the video, and then taught it to me so that I could dance it as well. So, I mean, get over there. Get over to YouTube after the show and check out Magnesium Dreams.
Was there a cheese platter behind the scenes? I really hope.
Yes.
For all the-
Always.
There was. Oh my gosh. Brie
Always.
is my favorite for sure. I'll put a block of brie in my capsule. That's what I'll do. It'll
Nice.
probably be
Okay.
disgusting
See,
by that time, but
we're having a cheese bonding. Like, basically, we're gonna, like, go forward in time and find our own time capsule and still remember that we're cheese obsessed. And it's good. It's good. Yeah. I did want to say, you know, I've been showcasing my wine bottle from you guys here, which is going to be a gift to my mother. And those of you that know me watching know that I don't actually drink alcohol anymore. But my friend Mackenzie was the sampler of the Chardonnay that you sent me when she was over for the other night. We were checking out a really great virtual live stream of our one of our favorite local bands called Medium Build. And she sampled the Chardonnay and she said, quote, "While I'm not usually a Chardonnay drinker, this is by far the best one I've ever had." So, end quote. There you go.
Ooh. And I think
Jam Cellar Chardonnay.
all the stuff behind me here.
Dun, da, da.
You can find that at jamcellars.com/buy, everybody. And you can either have the wines delivered directly through us. You can find where to purchase through our wine finder by typing in your zip code. And then there's also the really cool, basically the booze version of food delivery service called Drizzly. And it delivers wine, beer, etc. To your front door within the hour. So you can check us out on that app as well. I think that's available in like every state for the most part. I think Alaska too. And
I'll be really
Hawaii.
impressed if Alaska as well, but let's find someone in Alaska that does imbibe.
Yeah.
Let's try that. Just because I want to know. I want to know if we're that hip yet.
Alaska has its own capital. Did you know that?
I was about to make a political retort to that, but yes, we knew. Not everyone apparently knew where and where exactly our capital was.
Did you
in
know?
In recent events. But yes, Juneau. Sorry. Oh, I got a cheers. You got me. You got me.
All right. So we've got one more song from you, my dear. We're going to hear it today, but it's tomorrow.
Oh. Sam, good thing you found a job doing this because you've really found your calling. This is good. Drunk aunt jokes, as you say. I'm into it. It's a career, and you have settled nicely into it. Well done.
Thank you.
This is just I'm gonna close with this song because it is a quarantine song, but it's for everyone that's just, if you're missing somebody and it's been a real long heckin' time since you've seen them, this is a reminder that there is tomorrow and that day will come and there's light on the other side of this. And I just want to say happy Inauguration Day to everyone. I've definitely felt a lot lighter today than I have in a long time. And as dark as these times still are, I really honestly believe that we're heading in a better direction, and I'm wishing everybody the best of luck and health and well-being. And this is a song for the ones you miss. And you've been crying Just how long is this for? Dare I ask, how many more days? Or should I just thank my lucky stars that I'm warm and safe? I love you, love you, love you, love you today. I love you even more tomorrow. Love you, love you, love you, love you today. So I'm thankful for tomorrows. Give it grace to your sorry. To everyone that you've wronged, send out letters and snail mail, 'cause it's been too damn long. If anybody's out there listening to this song that I write, let it fill the whole world with love and hope. Let it fill them with light. I love you, love you, love you, love you today. I love you even more tomorrow. Love you, love you, love you, love you today. So here's hoping for tomorrow. Let's stop counting down the way and just be thankful for tomorrow. 'Cause honey, I don't care how long I have to wait, I still love you tomorrow. Honey, I still love you tomorrow. There you have it, gang.
Thank you. This has been Emma Hill, everybody. Check her out on emmahillmusic.com. Check our wines out if you need to replenish your supply at jamcellars.com/buy. And as we know, Emma is a fan of nature. She's a fan of cheese. Cutting down a tree with a block of cheese is easy. You just got to make sure it's extra sharp.
Oh ho ho.
And
I
that'll
like
be
it.
all today, folks.
I like it.
Cheers.